What is up, everybody? Succeed with Omid here, and a quick pro tip. Today I'm not feeling very well. I definitely caught a cold that is going around, and luckily I just woke up with a little tiny bit of a tickle this morning, so I'm actually going to use a trick I've been using for years to basically stop this thing from getting any worse. For this trick, what you're going to need is any type of hydrogen peroxide. 3% works the best, but if you get one that's a little bit more diluted, you might have to do this for a little longer, which is no fun, so 3% is the way to go, and then just a bunch of Q-tips to catch the excess. Really quick, what you're going to be doing is putting hydrogen peroxide in your ears, so if you've ever ruptured your eardrum or have any inner ear infections or anything like that, just don't do this. Don't go to your doctor and get that stuff taken care of. I'm, no ruptured eardrums, fortunately. So one thing I do first is I dip the Q-tip in just a little cap full of hydrogen peroxide, and then I basically just wash the actual outer part of the ear first. And the reason is if there's actual gunk in here and I pour in hydrogen peroxide and it dislodges that gunk will go inside of my ear and into my head cavity, and that's just no good. So I'm just going to clean that up first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of that capful. This part gets really messy, so that's why I'm in the bathroom over a sink. But I'm just going to tip my head up and back to the side and then dump this guy right on in. Now, this part is really kind of controversial. There was a doctor about 60 years ago that basically kind of theorized that the virus that actually causes the cold enters through the ear canal. It's not actually through the nose or the eyes or the mouth or the anus or whatever it's going to be. It's actually just through the ears. That part, the science is still out on. However, what I've noticed, right, is if it works, don't change it. If I put this hydrogen peroxide in here, all this little bubbling, it does two things for us. It helps, clear out the earwax in a very, very awesome way. But it's also basically exploding through apoptosis all of these little virus cells that are inside of my ear. So whether that science is actually accurate or not, I don't really care, because I've been doing this for years, and if I catch it early enough, I'm pretty safe for, defending myself against the cold. So right now, this popping is really, really, really loud. I'm going to hold this for about 2 minutes until the popping really starts to subside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually do this again in a couple hours, because if I didn't get every single one of those pieces of virus, they're just going to keep multiplying inside my ear, and I don't want an orgy in my ear. That's no fun. So I'm just going to keep doing this, take lots and lots of vitamin C, like 5-6 grams. I'm not a doctor, but to be honest, vitamin C doesn't really hurt you at all. If you take it when you don't need it, you'll go poop a lot. Hey, there it goes. All right, so I'm going to take my other end of the Q-tip, and I'm just going to drain out what's left. And that's about it. So back to that point on vitamin C really quick. The body needs more vitamin C depending on what's going on in the environment. So right now my system needs a massive amount of nutrients. It needs lots of vitamin C, it needs lots of glutathione, which the joints provide. It needs a lot of different things. So usually about 2 to 3 grams of vitamin C a day makes me go to the bathroom really hard. I've done this before. I was really sick that I got up to about 20 or 30 grams of oral vitamin C, and I was just fine. And I felt awesome the next day, by the way. If you're sick for more than 1 or 2 days, there's something going on where nutrition or proper rest might be the thing that's called for. All right, so I just had an idea to kind of continue along with what I do when I get sick and trying to avoid a lot of different things. The feetsies are basically the biggest thermoregulators we have in our body. Basically, they are the heat sink. They're the thing that keeps us either cool or hot. But the problem is, it's raining outside and it's very cold in this house, and I don't want the heat to escape through my feet. The heat is kind of what we use inside of our body to not only speed up the immune system, but to kind of heat up and liquefy the offending invader. So I got some decently thick socks here that I'm going to put on my feet. This is pretty dang critical. You might feel extra hot when you're doing this, but to be honest, you don't want to necessarily cool yourself down too much, because the sickness will stay around longer. So something thick on the foot, and then if you start feeling really hot, maybe a cold compress on the head or the back of the neck would be a little bit more appropriate to cooling down. But your feet, if they start to get really hot, that's actually okay. Unless you start noticing swelling, and that's obviously not a good thing. But just wanted to add that in there. If you guys get sick, follow these couple tips. Let me know how they go. Otherwise, have a happy and healthy rest of your day. I'm going to go maybe crawl into bed for a while or do some more work. But I'll talk to you later.